Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Witches of the Moon. My name is Dia, aka or4yourwishes.com. And this week we're talking about basically how to find a balance between life, actually. That's pretty much the balance between life, different areas of your life. So I guess the best advice I can give um, is to allow time for change and to have a little bit of wiggle room in your routine. Now, when you got a lot of different things going on, when you're a parent, when you have to work, when you have to take time to practice your craft, um, if you're running your own business, if you're going to school, one of the main things we have to do is, first of all, we have to schedule. And this is kind of I don't know, irony, hypocrisy a little bit, because you really do have to schedule your life and stick to that schedule as much as possible. However, I have found the best thing for, at least for me, is also to make room for change. Because a lot of times, we get scheduled, we get into a routine, and we don't know how to get out of that routine when life is taking us in a different direction. Like, for example, when my boys were younger, there was a lot of different little things that I wanted to take them to. However, I have to rearrange my schedule to allow for that. Now that they're older, a lot of different stuff that they want to do is really like online as opposed to always going outside the door. So with that, I had to reschedule the way that I run my business so that they can also be online doing the things that they want to do. So the main thing is, to allow for change. No matter what you do, all life is change. Something is going to change. And, just like the slightest thing, everybody knows when you're on a schedule, the slightest thing can throw off that whole schedule. So allow yourself time for change. What does this mean? This means that, if you get up at 8 o'clock, you may have to start getting up at 7:30 just to give yourself the extra half hour cushion that you need to get everything flowing well, if it's possible. Also, realize that when you're doing all those different things, 8 hours sleep just ain't going to cut it. You'd be lucky to get 3. To be totally honest, you'd be lucky to get 3 hours sleep. So just trying to get an 8 hour sleep, just understand that when you have things that you're trying to do, ain't gonna happen. Now maybe you once in a while, maybe once a month, you might get a day where you could sleep out 5 hours, maybe 6, but 8 hours just isn't gonna happen. Let's see. The other thing is when you're balancing between all these different areas of your life, make sure you understand that while some things can lap over, there are times where you want to give each one its individual attention. Like when we are outside and we're at the park or something with our boys, there are times where I can step away and I can do a video, or I can do a reading, or I can step away and go into a wooded area and do a ritual that I want to do. However, I cannot get so involved in that I forgot the reason why we are there. So you want to make sure while things can overlap, also you give them their individual attention. It's just like having multiple children. While you do things as a group activity, you still got to give each child their individual attention, or one will fill the lack and it will start to show up in your life. Is it easy? No, but nothing worth having ever is. So, but if it is for you to do and it is your calling, while it won't be easy, you will be able to do it. You'll be able to do it, and you'll love it, and you'll look back and you'll go, I can't believe I did all that. I think that's all I really had to say about it. Give yourself wiggle room in your schedule to allow for chaos to happen. And that way, when you give yourself wiggle room, it'll end up, while it still be chaos, it'll end up becoming controlled chaos. Also, allow for change. All life is change. As you go and grow and do different things, if you're a student, as you finish this class, you start the next class, the time you go to class is going to change. So if the time you go to class is going to change, that means the time that you work is going to change. That means the time you have to study is going to change. That means your free time with your friends, if you have any. Because normally when you go to school, if you're truly trying to get somewhere, all that got to get shut down. Something has to stop. And I just rambled on. Give yourself time. Basically, give yourself time for change. Also, when you're trying to find that balance between the different lives, you're trying to find out what schedule works for you. Do not let other people judge you for the way that works for you. Do not feel bad that you have not found that rhythm yet, because it takes a while. It takes a while to find a rhythm when you're used to an old rhythm. So don't sit there and beat yourself on it. Like, give yourself time to find that rhythm. Um, if you're not good at making schedules, go ahead and get somebody to help you make your schedule. However, make sure somebody that you trust to help you make that schedule work for you, and not just what they see as a good schedule. For instance, if you're not a morning person, right? If you know you're not a morning person, you do not want to have somebody schedule, or you do not want to schedule yourself at getting up at like 6 a.m. and then that's the time that you do your spiritual work, or you clean the house and do all this other stuff. If you know you're a late night person, go ahead and schedule it to the late nights. And then, just sleep a little late in the morning if you can. Know what works for you, and take the time it takes to find out what works for you. Sometimes you have to find out quickly, but still take that time. Look, life is a learning process. We're all still learning things as we go. We may seem like we got it together, in some areas we do, some areas we don't, and then again, life changes. So next thing you know, the area you thought you got it together, it did change, and it's like, this is a new game. I don't know. I'm on a different new level. You know what I mean? So I'm probably all over the place on this one. However, that's the best thing I can really tell you, is to allow for change, because all life is change. And as you're creating your schedule and as you're getting together, things are going to change. So if you thrive in chaos, then understand that you thrive in chaos. If you have to thrive in order, then understand you thrive in order. So if you're a person that, even if you make a schedule, you're not going to go by it, okay, don't make the schedule. However, you have to have enough discipline to get everything done, right? If you're a risk taker, like me sometimes, and to get things done last minute, like me sometimes, then you have to understand that you work better under pressure. So if you work better under pressure, you need to make sure while you're getting this thing done under pressure, you don't have this much pressure in other areas. So that way it doesn't make you crack. At this point, I really feel so I'm rambling. However, I will say always allow for change, because things are always going to change. Like right now, I am also going through a change because our boys are getting older. The way that we do things are older. I'm taking my business a little bit, kind of the same, but in a little bit different area. So that has to change. I'm getting older, so I'm not trying to be jumping up, running here. And I mean, I know I'm not old, but I'm not trying to do the same thing 5 years from now that I'm still doing today. So I have to allow for change in my schedule too. Still a mother, still a wife, still a spiritual counselor, reader, spell worker, all that. You have to, while I'm on that ramble, you have to also make sure people respect your schedule. So, like, one of the ways to make sure people respect your schedule is for them not to know your schedule. Because a lot of things will come to you, oh, what are you doing today? What are you doing this week? What are you doing this? They're asking you because it's something they want you to do. However, even though it's your free time, not time for you to work for them. Your free time is for you to do something else. Now, if you want to do something with them, that's fine. However, know that that's your time. So you have to make people respect your time, whether you are doing something that's important to you or not important to you, whether you're sitting there laying there catching a breath or whether you're busy. Make people respect your time. No one else could do that but you. That's pretty much it. That's all I'm going to say. Like, making people respect your time and allowing yourself time for change. Okay? And not let other people judge you. Or I should say, not allow other people's judgments of you and the way you keep your schedule affect your schedule. If it's working for you, fine. You don't have to explain it to nobody else. All right, guys. So stay blessed to be a blessing. Sorry this video was short. And sorry that I was rambling. But don't forget to comment, rate, and subscribe. And I'll see you next week.